We'll get the meeting underway. I'd like to have approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion approved and seconded. Some topics of discussion. We have Jill Brown is on Zoom with us. Jill, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Are you able to hear me?
We are able to hear you. Do you want to maybe
Great.
give a little marketing update? Maybe we can
Sure.
show the.
Can I share this? Can I share the screen with the logo?
Is she able to do that?
Steve,
I believe so.
think so.
Okay,
There we go.
Are you seeing it?
we are.
Nice.
Okay. So this is fresh this morning. Our designer, her name is Teresa, has taken your choice from the internal voting that occurred and just started to tighten things up a little bit. Of the choices that were provided, this came out the winner partly because of its flexibility. That circle, the HE, is going to be a wonderful marketing tool for branding different things, different usage. I'm of the vintage where I remember the lapel pins were very popular. That was one of my first thoughts, but I don't know if they are as popular now as they were at one time. But this is going to be flexible with the round and with the long version. I'm really, really pleased with how it's looking. So we have got success with every round of news release we've done so far. We are ready to do some advertising now, limited initially while you're in the soft launch phase. We are engaging with your business community. We did one round of phone calls with a sampling, a couple dozen, and now we're going back to them with a quick report, thanking them, telling them what we learned in our discussions with them, letting them know about your soft launch next week. And we will continue to build a business kit to allow employers to talk to their employees and business owners to talk to their customers. One thing left to do from the logo project is a thank you to the people that provided suggestions. We've got many email addresses. That's one thing left to wrap up. I'm going to stop sharing. Pat, are there other things you'd like me to update right now, or is that enough at the moment?
I think we're good. The logo that she just did, will we be able to get that shortly so we can get that to the and you and I can take this offline too, just for the folks at the Printware Graphics and at Sid Signs.
Yes. In fact, I want to talk to Printware Graphics one more time to see if we can get a better sample of the green. Teresa said, you know, that green can go yellow, it can go blue. She's hoping we can give her a little more specific direction on what shade you are shooting for.
Okay.
And then she will be able to match it.
Super. The other thing we had on the agenda, does anyone have anything for Jill? Okay. One thing we wanted to discuss was the ribbon cutting. I know Scott has let the commissioners know, and Sam has been made aware of. Chris and I have had some conversations. Maybe you want to share, Chris, what the city will be doing?
Yeah, so for the ribbon cutting, it will have it take place right outside City Hall. We'll have the bus parked on First North, and it'll be more of the elected officials' kind of time to talk about if they want to. They don't necessarily have to have comments, but let them, county and then the city, give 2 minutes, each if they choose to, and then kind of line up with the committee here and the elected officials to formally cut that ribbon, to have it open. The mayor will be there as well. Kind of what the welcoming committee does. So formal but informal at the same time, just so everyone can gather, we can get pictures and all of that, and then everyone will have a chance to talk about, what the bus means to the city.
That's at 12 noon?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
1 o'clock. Yep.
1 o'clock, yeah.
Yep.
And then
May I ask a question about that?
Sure.
Yes.
Pat?
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you invited media?
I have not at this point yet, but we will be reaching out to, at a minimum, KNUJ and the Journal and let them know that will be happening, and more than likely Mankato Free Press.
Great. And do you have anyone on staff that can do some video as well as photos?
We can get someone out to do that, yes. So we'll either have NewCat or see if Adam Tolles from 4C Studios can come out.
Great. That might be valuable footage, not only right away for your social media, but I'm looking forward to your 5-year celebration, your 10-year celebration. You're going to want to look back on this ribbon cutting.
Perfect.
Right. And then as far as MnDOT showing up, Kathleen Amick will be able to be there. We have invited other MnDOT staff, but they were busy and weren't able to make the cutting, the ribbon cutting. But so I think we have everything set up because you said you also have a speaker system.
Yep.
So people will be able to hear. I know we hadn't talked about doing like a coffee and cookie thing afterwards. I don't know if that's something that we would want to have or if we need to have.
I'll leave that up to the committee and see if you want coffee and maybe cookies afterwards, we can do something like that. But it is after the lunch hour, so people
Yeah,
might have
is it
just
really?
eaten it at that point.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe not necessary.
Right. And it depend on the weather too. If we, people may just want to get away if it's a rainy day or what.
cold.
But yeah, exactly. Was there anything else, Jill, you could think of?
Will the bus signage be done by that?
We're sure hoping so. We haven't, we're just getting the logo thing now. So I don't know how quick of a turnaround SIDS has for that. I don't think we'll have our clothing here, but or we'll be in the correct Herman Express clothing. But that was what we were thinking. So.
Would it be possible to get a couple of posters printed with the logo if it's not on the bus?
I'm sure we'd be able to get something like that, as long as what you're going to give us is, printable and,
Yep.
and
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be high resolution so it can be enlarged.
sure.
And realistically, even if Field Graphics can just put it on one side of the bus,
Right.
that's all you really need is one side of the bus, and then we can
For
take
right
it back
now,
for
right, yeah.
finish it up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. And actually SIDS is doing that.
Oh, SIDS is gonna-
SIDS
okay.
is
Yep.
doing
Oh,
it.
SIDS
It's
does it,
who
yeah.
we've talked to.
Okay.
And,
okay.
and then our next item we wanted to visit with was maybe about Joe, how we're attaching the signs to the locations. Have you given that any thought?
What are you doing? Just like laminated paper for signs for the soft launch, or
I
what do you
kind of think that's what we'll do, something that hopefully will be weather resistant,
I would say just for temporary use, just zip tie them
like
to.
a zip tie.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So as we're looking for something to put those on, would we want to go like something laminated, you think? We should.
I think just a laminated poster would work just fine. I think
Okay.
so.
Okay, we can get with them and get those signs
Yeah.
laminated.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be a good thing. Wanted to introduce our lead driver, Sarah, if you'd stand up and wave and let everyone know who you are and do you want her at the microphone,
Yeah,
by the
just
way?
so people can hear.
Just go to the.
Hi, I'm Sarah Berg, and I've been hired as the lead driver for this new fixed route here in town, and excited to get going with the soft launch next Wednesday.
And then Sarah has taken the liberty of, this is what will be seen in the bus as it's rolling down the road. Sarah kind of took this on her own. Are you able to see that, Jill? The PowerPoint? We can send that to you. And then Joe, if you just kind of want to advance the slides for us. So she's got some rider safety information on there. So this is as the bus is just leaving certain stops. And then this will be the first stop is she took pictures of the stops with times. And then if you just kind of want to scroll through them, kind of it's kind of showing you times and on the right there, she has like what you could where you'd get on and off the bus at that point. So here we're at stop 5, St. Michael's at 6 minutes past the hour. Broadway House Apartments, downtown area. And since we had a little bit of time, that little thank you for riding the Herman Express. And some more rider safety stuff. Now we're at the trailer courts there, Oakwood Estates, formerly Mobile Village, and Hy-Vee. And again, we got some time as we're rolling down the road, so those will pop up. And then the Emerson Union stop, MLC, Highland Regency, Sunset. Since we're rolling down the road, we got some more of those. Now we're at Cashwise, Aldi, Walmart, and then Skyline Terrace and Oakwood, Orchard Hill. And then we're back at our office, so.
So this will be going on the screen inside the bus?
In the bus, right. So people will know, we had said kind of early on, if we wouldn't have this, we would have to announce each of these stops. So this will be timed so that, at 54, 55, whatever the next stop is, this will show up on the screen, so. And it'll be automated. The driver won't have to be doing anything to it, so.
They'll just have to, in the morning, turn the power inverter on and the TV screen on, and we'll put it on USB so it just scrolls all day long during the route.
Nice.
So I think she did an amazing job with the pictures and stuff. So, and those slides will be interchangeable. Maybe at Christmas time, throw something about a Christmas greeting in there that their service isn't going to be running, or whatever. So I think it was, and once we get the logo from Jill, we can add that in there as well. So.
How about our posts? Do we have their spots posted yet?
That's what we were just talking about we'll be getting some laminated signs now.
Okay, we've seen those too.
Right, yeah, and we'll get those to you, Joe, and then your staff will be putting those up, correct? Is that what the thinking was?
We can do it. That'll
Yeah,
be fine.
Jeff's staff can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll be able to do
yeah.
it.
Will they be like zip tied or hose clamped to light poles closest to the stop?
Yeah, they'll have to use whatever's close.
The closest pole that's not a stop sign.
Yep.
I don't think, and we don't want to be putting up like a
Sandwich
board.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a thing, or even a wooden stake on the ground, because I know that's going to get ruined. Kids are going to,
Well, the only thing with zip tying them is it may curve them, so I don't know. If they're punched at the bottom, that might work better, but, they are temporary. so
Right,
We need to
yeah.
remember that.
Once we
so.
get to a point where we can do a metal sign or a plastic sign,
Yeah.
So, we'll get, our staff will get to work on those signs.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking probably like a legal size type sheet.
Yeah, something
Kind of
big enough.
small, but again, it is just temporary right now, so, yeah. Anything else for the good of the order? I wanted to visit a little bit too about meetings after we do this launch. I know that we've been meeting quite often and it's kind of taxing on all of you. So I just wanted to kind of go over are we thinking like something getting together monthly, after the launch so we can still kind of stay in touch, and Chris and Joe and we can email back and forth is fine too. I know on your Facebook page, you've had a couple of people with questions and those questions just got directed to us and we just answered them. And then, Lisa was able to let them know what our position was on certain things. And I'm sure more of that will probably come as we roll along. So,
I would suggest, doing monthly for a little bit, just so we know how the soft launch, if there's any issues, we can kind of discuss them. And then,
Right.
maybe after 6 months or something like that, we can do a
Quarterly
quarterly
or-
or something like
yeah.
that, or at least until we do the grand opening, not the soft
Right.
launch. Let's get
Right.
to the grand opening and
Right.
then see how that works. And then we can do quarterly or something after that.
Yep, yep. Okay. That was the last thing on my agenda. I'm not sure if anyone else had anything else to add to the good of the order.
So do we want to set the next meeting date or just wait
No,
until
we
you feel
can-
necessary?
We can surely do that. So we got everything striking out on next Wednesday, a week from today.
The end of October?
The end of October. What does your calendar look like, Scott? Wednesdays, I think we're a good time for everybody. Wednesdays at 10. I think if we keep it at that, would be probably best.
26th, we've got a AMC District 7 town.
Okay.
I'm on the fall screening board for the state, so I will not.
Yeah, 26 I'd be out too.
Okay, so
19th, I'd be open.
19th?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
The 19th, we will have our next meeting at 10 o'clock here in the chamber office again. Or the council office, sorry.
Chambers.
Chamber.
We're good. We're good.
Council chambers.
In the chambers. So I propose, if nobody has anything else, we go ahead and adjourn for the day.
So moved.
Second.
Sounds good. Motion second and adjourned.